big shame catch Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Tinubu in serious shame as he cover his hand with his face. Moment Shettima disgracing publicly in the early afternoon. Shettima came out to make a speech, and because of the speech, Shettima disgraced Bola Ahmed Tinubu even to the extent that Tinubu couldn't bear it and he covered his hand with his face. This is a big disgrace to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So I'd like guys to stay connected to the end of this video because I'm going to be showing you the video of everything. You will hear what Shettima said that disgraced Bola Ahmed Tinubu in this video. This is a big disgrace. Tinubu never see this coming. He never expected this because Shettima wanted to do like Peter Obi. He wanted to copy Peter Obi, how Peter Obi used to do. Shettima wanted to imitate him, but he went off. He went off totally, and everyone was surprised. Even Tinubu was in total shame. So I'd like us to stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share this video, ensure you share it. Share it to different social media platforms. Let it go viral. And if you can share it, just like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. We'll be stay connected. I'm coming back again.
Welcome you back to LAJUPOG TV.
I don't have bad news for you today.
The home of religious gossip.
But you should leave the fight for Mohammed.
What is happening in the Christendom? Join now to make sense with LAJUPOG.
Hello my great and wonderful viewers, welcome back to LAJUPOG TV. For those of you coming across this channel for the very first time, ensure you click the red subscription button appearing on your video screen and do well at the same time. Click the notification bell icon so that whenever we drop a new video in few hours time, YouTube will easily notify you and let you to know what is happening in the political space. A lot of things is happening right now. Tinubu was disgraced few hours ago by Shettima. Kashim Shettima disgraced Bola Ahmed Tinubu moment Tinubu allowed him to go and make a speech. And Shettima made this speech and he thought he had made a whole speech, but he finally went off and made a speech. Why did Shettima went off? He was trying to imitate Peter Obi, what Peter Obi used to do. Shettima wanted to do the same thing. The same thing is what Shettima wanted to do, and he couldn't do it. He went off, and it was obvious. And a big shame catch APC people. A big shame catch Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Tinubu couldn't bear the shame. He covered his hand with his face because he never expected that the so-called Shettima can go off like that. Because what Peter Obi used to do is what they want to do. It's very obvious that whatever Peter Obi have been doing right for a time is what they want to be proving that they know how to do better. Now they went off in this one. I will show you the video in this very video, and you will see the shame in the eyes of everybody. You will see the shame in the eyes of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So if you can share this video, ensure you share it to different social media platforms. Let it go viral, and if you can share it, just like it as you're watching it. Give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. In course of the election, Tinubu made mention of something. He said no, he never want to hear the name of Peter Obi anywhere he is. And a lot of people were thinking that it was Atiku that is the headache of APC and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It wasn't Atiku. It came obvious in course of the 2023 election that it was Peter Obi that became their headache. Obi became their headache right from 2023, and whatever Obi is doing is already giving them headache. Whatever move Obi make is giving them headache, even to the extent that when Obi visited Atiku on a private visit, when APC noticed and Tinubu noticed that Peter Obi visited Atiku Abubakar in his residence in Abuja, they conducted an emergency meeting immediately because they know that the combination of the two of them can pull APC down. And if APC should go down, for APC to come to power again, it's not in this decade again. They know that, so they did everything possible. They conducted the meeting just because Obi is giving them a terrible headache. Now, Kashim Shettima went to make speech, and Shettima have been trying to imitate Peter Obi right from time. This is not the first time he have been trying to imitate Peter Obi. He have been imitating Peter Obi right from time, but he couldn't do it well. But this one, he went off totally. He never expected it. No one expected that Shettima can be off like this. No one expected that Shettima can disgrace Bola Ahmed Tinubu like this. In course of this video, you will see everything. The same thing that Tinubu said Obi should not do to his place or all of that. The same thing that Peter Obi is doing that is getting Tinubu angry. That was what Shettima tried to do. This thing caused a lot of trouble in course of the 2023 election. The moment Obi was doing it and Tinubu noticed that he couldn't do it, he became angry because he did not like Obi doing what he cannot do. Now the same thing is what Shettima was trying to do in this very video. And the moment moment he was trying to do it, he went off. So I would like guys to stay connected to the end of this video. You will see what happened because of this video. You will see the plan that these people actually have for Nigeria. The plan you were thinking that they have for you, the Renew Hope agenda you were thinking they have for you. Come and hear it all in this video. You will hear plan, you will be sharing tears. I've never seen a situation where people are sharing the plan of their country, where people in power, the president and the vice, are sharing the plan of their country, and people are shedding tears listening to them. It have never happened in the history of any country, but it's happening in the history of Nigeria. The president and the vice president of Nigeria are sharing the Renew Hope agenda, the plan they have towards Nigeria, and everybody begin to shed tears. Nobody can hear it and he won't shed tears. Even as you're watching this video, you will shed tears as you listen to what Shettima is saying in this place. And after all, he disgraced himself. So just stay connected. If you can share the video, share it, and if you can share it, just like it as you're watching it, as I leave it to watch the video. I'm coming back again to point your eyes to what Shettima said. You may not pay attention. Just stay connected. I'm coming back.
Our reason for this gathering is less about the certainty of our vision for this nation. This has never been in doubt. We are here because of our place in a world of opportunities, a world that can't afford to neglect or underestimate our place. Whether it's our human or natural resources, whether it's our economic vision or our adjustment to the disruptive technologies of our time, now is the best time to remind ourselves and the world that Nigeria is ready for the future and for business. So much has happened since His Excellency President Tinubu assumed office and took bold steps to reposition the nation's economy. In a few days' time, we'll not only gather to mark our first year in office, but also acknowledge that the decisions taken to guide the nation to this point were inspired by accurate prognosis. Without them, the conversations we are having about this nation will have been different. An absolute collapse of our economic pillars as we knew them. 1 year is long enough to judge a government that isn't here to pay lip service to the nation. The testament of Mr. President's conviction is his courage to choose what is right over what is popular. The renewed hope agenda for Nigeria is a promise of concern and honesty in assessing the historical disadvantages of everyday Nigerians. This administration is a timely intervention, for it came at a time when it seemed that Nigerians had given up hope that the country will ever change for the better. This is why the promise of hope and our journey towards ensuring it resonates with every citizen, from the lush mountains of the Mambila to the fertile banks of Oshogbo and the bustling factories of Aba. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the renewed hope agenda is not just a policy framework. It is a statement of commitment, a covenant between us and the people. And as such, it transcends just the domestic policy agenda. The promise of hope of President Tinubu thrives on our acknowledgement of partnership with the world, recognizing that no country operates in a vacuum. Unlike some of our brothers in the West African sub-region who are struggling in a globalizing world to backslide into primitivity and into their own cocoon. Nigeria is ready for business. Nigeria is open for business. My boss is a global citizen. Alexander Pope said, drink deep or touch not the western spring. He's well versed in economy. He's a Chicago boy, and Mr. David Green can testify to that. And our Minister for National Planning, Budget and National Planning, is a Colombian-trained economist, the favorite punching bag of our Special Advisor on Coordination. The Minister of Trade and Investment, or the chief treasurer of the most capitalized bank in Nigeria. Until his appointment as a minister, the Minister of Information is a celebrated journalist and a publisher. Our appointments are square pegs in square holes. Because our foreign policy agenda is interlinked with our domestic aspirations, the renewed hope agenda underscores our international cooperation. Over the past year, Mr. President has cultivated robust diplomatic relations at bilateral and multilateral levels across the world. He commands respect wherever he goes because of his virtues as a unifier, peacemaker, and driver of investment and development partnerships. Nigerians can't think of an emissary more refined and committed to noble purpose than His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as he seeks new frontiers to expand not only trade and investment, but also security, cooperation, and cultural exchange. And let me reiterate, with all due respect to my colleagues in the Federal Executive Council, that there is only one captain on the Nigerian ship. And that captain is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Yes, I have earned his confidence. I have earned his respect. But as Spiro Agnew, the former United States Vice President, said, he said, I had all vices, including the office of the Vice President. So we have to tread cautiously. The foreign policy doctrine of Mr. President, which we call the Tinubu Doctrine, is ably championed by our brother, the Minister of Foreign Affairs. His 4D diplomacy strategy, with the 4 core pillars being democracy, development, demography, and diaspora, signals a transformational approach as well as a strategic shift towards more intentional, dynamic, and value-driven diplomacy. This approach emphasizes democratic values, powers the nation's democratic potential, prioritizes economic development, and engages with the diaspora community. These foreign policy trusts and objectives align with Nigeria's global engagement with its national interests, emphasizing both domestic and international priorities as articulated in the renewed hope agenda. The volume of remittances from our brothers and sisters in the diaspora has made them our prime ambassadors and a pillar of the diplomatic agenda promoted by Mr. President. Between 2015 and 2022, the World Bank has revealed that Nigerians in the diaspora remitted $168.33 billion to Nigeria. Therefore, it is worthy of note that Nigerians in the diaspora contribute more to our economy, even more than overseas development assistance from multilateral and bilateral sources. This is further evidenced by the recently announced $10 billion diaspora fund, a multi-sectoral investment initiative set to be launched soon and expected to strengthen ties with our diaspora community while boosting forex inflows to support our national development plans. While our citizens abroad make their breakthroughs, there are 20,000 Nigerian doctors in the United States alone. We are going to recommit to building a viable economic environment for their investments back home, along with international businesses and other corporate entities. The Nigerian American community is the most upwardly mobile immigrant community in the United States. There has never been a time when Nigeria is this certain of the direction it is heading, because Mr. President acknowledges the reality before us and the danger of ignoring them. For the sake of our business communities, Mr. President's intervention in promoting trade include a groundbreaking 75 billion naira investment initiative to revolutionize the manufacturing sector. For the sake of our nation, we have in place the renewed Hope Infrastructure Development Fund to further facilitate effective infrastructure development across the key areas of our economy. For the sake of our future, we are adjusting to the times, and that explains the adoption of CNG buses, which we are prepared to actualize in our drive for a nation that offers more benign alternative transformation channels for the people and keeps to its global commitments to reducing greenhouse gas emissions. It's a transitional fuel. Eventually, we are all going to go green. But I believe the CNG initiative is a beautiful step in the right direction. We know, yes, we know, that the reality we desire and the future we produce cannot be constructed unless we guarantee the security of lives and properties to attract foreign direct investment. And Mr. President has been at the forefront of regional and national interventions to guarantee the safety of each of us. There is no way to inspire faith in the nation and our agenda by local communities and the international partners than this bold declaration of intent and demonstrations of practical action to fix the nation. I invite our international friends and partners to key into the new Nigeria project as we all strive for a lasting balance in this post-COVID-19 pandemic world, because neither of us can function optimally in isolation. Finally, I wish to acknowledge the monumental accomplishments of some of our African brothers. I adore, I respect the inspiring story of Rwanda. I cherish, I celebrate the phenomenal achievements of Botswana, of Mauritius, of Seychelles. But I dare to ask, then what is the population of Rwanda? Rwanda has a population, because the media are around. I want to be very, very specific so that they won't go and say. Rwanda has a population of 14,414,910. The population of Rwanda is not bigger than the population of Kano Municipal, Terauni, Kumboso, and Dala local government areas of Kano. Just 4 local government areas in Kano is the equivalent of the entire population of Rwanda. What is the population of Botswana? 2.4 million people. Probably the city of Abuja might be the equivalent of the population of Botswana. What is the population of Mauritius? 1.24 million. Probably the people in Pape and Karo may be the equivalent of Mauritius. And Seychelles, the Seychelles population is so mind-bogglingly high, astronomically high. Seychelles has a population of 118,000 people. Probably not bigger than Burning Kebbi, where the Minister of Economic Planning hails from. Numbers count. This is the most populous nation in Africa. 1 out of every 4 black men is a Nigerian. And by 2050, Nigeria will be the 3rd most populous nation on earth. We are going to surpass Mr. David Green's United States. And by 2050, 1 out of every 3 black men will be a Nigerian. And by the end of the century, Nigeria will be the most populous country in the world. Numbers count. And with the emerging quality of leadership in this country, I'm absolutely certain that we are going to transform our anticipated demographic bulge into demographic dividends. Not the much talked about demographic disaster that will consume all of us. In a couple of days, the president will launch the iDice initiative that will unlock the full potentials in the digital space. $618 million of investment in our youth. I used to refer to Nigeria as a young nation, Africa as a young continent. It was amazing when the UNDP representative at a function about 2 weeks ago quoted that the average age of the Nigerian nation is 16.9. We are a young nation. And according to Korn Ferry, a global consultancy firm, by 2035, there will be 65 million global talent deficit. The United States, Russia, and Brazil will suffer from 6 million talent deficits each. And Nigeria is in a unique position to take advantage of these opportunities. India is expected to generate $100 billion from global outsourcing alone this year. And how much did we ever earn from oil proceeds? And I want to quote the Minister of Budget and National Planning. He made this revelation some few years back when he was the governor of Kebbi State. The highest we had ever earned from oil proceeds was $35 billion in 2011 when President Goodluck Jonathan was the head of state.
That one, I think na statistic we go chop. A lie with arithmetic that no Indian can solve it. To mention his name is a disgrace to myself.
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. You can see what is going on in this very video. You can hear what Shettima said in this very video. You know, Shettima came out publicly and he was saying all these things regarding their Renew Hope agenda and all of that. You know, this Renew Hope, a lot of Nigerians have called it to be Renew Shege, because when Tinubu got into power, a lot of people are seeing Shege promise. Tinubu continued from where Buhari ended it. You know, Tinubu continued from where Buhari stopped, and the suffering that Buhari pulled on Nigeria before he left office, that suffering was like as if someone is in hell. But Tinubu got there, he increased the suffering times 10, and a lot of Nigerians, they dying of hunger every day. People cannot afford to eat 2 square meals again. People are not living a better life in Nigeria, and Nigeria is expensive as at now. What to buy in the market yesterday 10 naira, go back to the same market, they will sell it for you 100 naira. They will say that dollar of rice, dollar of rice. What is the effect of dollar on what we are producing in our country? How does dollar increase affect what we're producing in our farm in our country? So that is the problem that is out there. A lot of people cannot live a good life again. Even civil servants find it difficult to live a better life in Nigeria. Civil servants are living like slaves in Nigeria, unlike before that they respect civil servants a lot. Now these people are working for government, and yet they're suffering. At times 8 months salary, they're not going to be paid and all of that. So things are hiking up in the country. People cannot go to school again. Now Shettima coming out again and saying all these things out of his mouth. He said as at 2050, that when we get to 2050, the population of Nigeria will be the 3rd most populated country in the world. Where on earth is this coming from? Is this their Renew Hope agenda? Is this the agenda they actually have for Nigerians? With the population of Nigeria now over 200 million people, people cannot afford to eat 2 square meals again just because the population is much and the government is failing. I even that the population is much and the government is not failing, it would have been a better thing. The population of Nigeria is not as high as the population of China. It's not as high as the population of India. But this country are living a better life just because their government is not malfaring them, just because their government is not eating them up, just because their government respects their rule of law and they respect their constitution. They are not malfaring money, obviously. I'm not saying they are not malfaring money, but they are not malfaring it, obviously. But Nigerian politicians, they will thief our money to our own face, looking at it that what are we gonna do? So that is what they're doing now. Shettima preaching that women should continue to give birth, that as at 2050 our population will be the 3rd most populated country in the world. That's to tell you that people will be dying of hunger in that 2050 just because the population of Nigeria have increased higher than how it is, and it will cause a lot of casualty to the country because the economy of the country is very poor. Now Shettima is encouraging women in Nigeria to be giving birth, and their major assignment in Nigeria is to be giving birth so that the population can be increasing, so that they will be giving birth to a lot of criminals, because when there's no work, people will be turning to criminals in the society. What you don't want to do, you'll be doing it. There's no work, work, that is why some people are doing hookup today. You don't blame a lot of them, and there's no work, that is why a lot of people are in street looking for who they will thief from and all of that. A lot of criminals are out there just because the population of the country is more than what the country is supplying. It's more than what the government is giving out for the people, and yet the same government on their agenda, they're encouraging people to be giving birth anyhow. And instead, after a century, that Nigeria population will be the most populated country in the world. That after a century, Nigeria will be the most populated country in the world. Is that their aim? Is that their objective? Is that their goal? That's the question we're asking. Is this what these people have in mind to turn Nigeria to, when Nigeria will be so much populated? And even mention the fact that after a century, you should go to any streets around the world in any country, that any black that you will see Nigerians among them. That's to tell you that they want us to be giving birth in Nigeria as if we not have anything that will come to life to do, so that our children can be running up and down, moving from one place to another, like a wanderers. That's what they want, and that is what Shettima is saying in this place. This is not my own personal opinion. You can hear him saying it in this very video. And now the government is failing, and you are encouraging people to be giving birth. Even country like China, they have birth control now. They're regulating their economy. They have birth control now. Nigeria is imitating China. They want to be giving birth without birth control. Go to Hausa land, you will see a lot of alumachiris eating like as if they are animals and all of that. Go to Hausa land, you will see a lot of people move around the street. You will see a lot of small kids that are supposed to be in school. They're moving up and down begging for alms because their parents give birth to them and they couldn't take care of them. Is this the same thing that they want to continue in Nigeria? Instead of them to institute child control and orientate people about child control and child bearing, they did not. They want Nigerians to be giving birth to a lot of non-entities that will be serving as slaves to them. And now Shettima was trying to imitate Peter B in this very place. In this very video, he was trying to imitate Peter B. And how did he imitate Peter B? He was trying to call statistics. You know, Peter B loves statistics. He loves to make statistics. He loves to analyze and calculate how things is going to be and all of that. Peter B loves to give statistics in his speech, and Tinubu hates that thing so much. Tinubu did not like it because he can't do it. Even in the course of the election, you can hear that video that I released in that place. He said, is this statistic that you want to shop? That some people will just come and be making statistics. He was mocking Peter B in that very video, but the same statistics is what Shettima was trying to give. Shettima was trying to give a statistics of population growth in a country, and it's not even amounting into anything. There's nothing to buttress the point with. You are talking about childbearing, that the people should be giving birth to children and all of that. Now, what point are you buttressing? Shettima couldn't land. He couldn't buttress the point. I don't mean that it's Peter B. Peter B give the statistics, he will buttress his point, and everybody will be cool. They will understand it. What is Shettima insulating in this very video? That's what a lot of Nigerians are asking. Are you saying that they should be giving birth like pigs and all of that? That's the question out there, because he wanted to do as if he knows how to make statistics too. He was calling figures, he was making statistics as if he knows how to do it, and he did not know how to do it. Obi know how to do it better than any of them. So what's the take regarding Shettima and Tinubu Renew Hope agenda is all about? What's your take? You can hear it yourself. What's your take regarding the child bearing thing and all of that without birth control? Drop your opinion in the comment section on this video. As I'm going to get another thing for you. Ensure you follow me on my social media handles on Facebook at LAJUPOG TV and LAJUPOG Entertainment, and on Instagram at LAJUPOG. Guess what, guys? See you in my next video. Bye.
I see the hot for my body, I say make I yarn you. Religious gossip plenty day for body. Pastor with the line on top, be pastor. For LAJUPOG Watch TV. Pastor with the back, where politician with the do pass himself. Leader, why you waiting for church? All as LAJUPOG Watch TV.